Welcome back to Pink Monarch Prints. My name is Bobby from Precious Memory Boxes Junk Journaling, and today I'm a guest designer, and I wanted to share with you these fun hidden journaling spots. And I'm using the Harvest Bloom kit here from Pink Monarch Prints, and the kit has papers, it has tags, journaling cards, and fussy cuts. And so I'm going to use some of each of those. And let's get started. I'm going to show you a couple different ways you can make these. And I got the idea for these from Charlotte Peterson. She was the inspiration for these. And so let's get started and let's see what we can come up with. So what you will need for these is the large index cards. They are 5 by 8. I'm going to double check the measurements here, but I believe that's correct. So, turn my ruler over here. Yes, they're 8 and then 5. So 8 by 5, you'll need the large cards. And what we're going to do is the first one I made, I folded in 4s. So these can easily be tucked in a tuck spot, a side tuck, in a pocket. They'll easily slide down in a pocket. You can paper clip them together or to the side of a page. So they're really easy. I made them with, tried to keep it just paper and really light cardstock so that it wouldn't become bulky. So they won't create much bulk in your journals. All right, so what you're going to do, just simply enough, is fold your index card in half and then fold it again. And just kind of watch your edges as you're doing it so you can make sure that they're coming out straight for you. If you have your bone folder, go ahead and use that to crease down the edges. And then you're simply just going to decide what papers you want to use. Now, I will tell you for the journaling cards in the kit, in the journaling card kit, they are larger. And you have some that are vertical and some that are horizontal. For these smaller cards, the one I folded 4-way, I did go ahead and reduce these to 5 by 7 so that they would fit on here easier. But the one we're going to make, another one we're going to try to make will be a half fold, and I believe those cards will fit on there perfectly as they are sized. All right, let's grab some paper here. And what I did is I went ahead and copied on both sides. So I have paper from the kit, and each side has, a neutral or another paper printed on it. So that makes it a little easier. I do have to watch when I go to cut these because I didn't get all the edges off on them. My printer doesn't print borderlessly. I would love for it to. So we'll just have to pay attention. Now the size of these when they're folded this way is they are about 3 3/4, almost 4 inches wide, just a little shy of 4 inches wide. And then they are about 2.5 wide. Well, I guess that would be tall, 2.5 tall and almost 4 wide. It's about 3 3/4. So if you like to have a little border around yours, you may want to cut them a little smaller. Otherwise, go ahead and cut them to size. I'm going to grab my cutter here, and we're just going to pick 2 different papers. I think I'll just pick these 2 right here. And what I'm going to do first is go ahead and cut these in half to make it a little easier. Or I could even start, let's see, we'll cut them. So we said it was just at 4. I like my borders to show a little bit, so I'm going to come down to 3 3/4. And I'm going to try to make sure that's even and cut those down. Okay, and I did 2 pieces of paper at one time. And then we're going to cut them about 2.5 inches tall. So let's see, we need to go this direction. Okay, so it was about, what did we say, 2.5? So I'm going to go just a 1/4 of an inch shorter than that, so that the borders will show. All right. So I think I got 2 of them, and I need to cut the other one. Where did my other paper go? There it is. Okay. Maybe that was all of them, but I know I need more paper than that. So let me cut them again. There we go. My brain is not working today. We need 4 sheets of paper at least, so let's go ahead and cut those at a little bit, about a 1/4 less than the 2.5. All right. So we're going to take our folded index card, and we're just going to decide which paper we want where and what all we've got here. So I cut that on the wrong edge. I've got that, but we'll find a way to cover that up. We may use that as our tag, where we're going to slide our tag, and I can maybe slice that little piece off there. All right, let's pick which one we want to use for the cover. So we have a lot of neutrals in this, but I want something with a little color on the front. So let's do this one here. And as you can see, we're going to have a slight border. Now you can tea stain dye your papers or coffee stain dye them, your index cards if you want. Or you can do like I'm going to do and just simply ink them up. You could also cover them, if you didn't mind a little more bulk, you could cover them in tea stain dyed paper. So whichever way works best for you. All right, so we've got that on there. Let's grab a neutral and put on this side. And since this card folds in half, I am going to make sure that the writing, it's a really light, like newspaper print on there. I'm going to make sure that writing does show right side up. Sorry if that camera's shaking a little bit. All right, so we've got the front and the back, and now we're going to do the inside. And what I'm going to do is we're going to create a pocket. So I'm going to take my 1-inch paper punch here and just create a little grab spot. All right, and then as we come back and ink this later, I'm just going to ink those little white edges. So we're just going to run our glue along the edges here so we can create a pocket, which will hold a tag that you can also journal on. All right. These are really, especially you could probably mass make these pretty easily if you did all your pre-cutting ahead of time. All right, and we've got this pretty neutral paper with the flowers on it. So we're going to go ahead and put that down here. Okay, now I've pre-inked all my other pieces. The only thing I haven't pre-inked, of course, is the index card, because I just wanted to show you that if you don't like the white borders, you can ink them. And you can just use your, whatever your favorite color of distressed oxide is, you can just use that. And I'm just running a little bit over the white edges and where that tag is going to slide in there. And then I'm going to fold this back and do the crease here on both sides. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and do the front here. I'm working on a fall journal now, and I thought these little hidden journaling spots would be great for that fall journal. Also, gratitude documented month is coming up. Usually in November is when everyone likes to do gratitude journals. And I thought these would be a great way to write out you know, your things you're grateful for. If you like to write prayers or scriptures out, you can do that. So I thought these would be great to use for that also. So there is our little card. Now we've created a pocket here. And what I did is I took some of the smaller tags from the kit and I just took my tab punch and with the leftover paper created some tabs. And so we're just going to add one of these to our pocket here. And I think I'll just use this one. There we go. And those will stick out a little bit. Those should go a little bit farther in there. I may have. There we go. There we go. I'm going to say I may have glued a little too much there, but that looks good. All right. You could also take and punch a hole in here and add an eyelet and add a dangle to this. That would be really cute. All right, so let's decorate. So we've got a journaling, we could use a journaling card on the front. We also have these beautiful cards. Just trying to decide which one I think looks the best. I think I actually like the apple on there. Now you could add a fussy cut here. You could add a number on the front if you want. We have some numbers. That looks good. I kind of like that. You can center these, so it's really just your own thoughts on that. But I think I want to add the number 1 on there. Just trying to see how I want to do it here. If I wanted to hang off, or maybe I'll come back and trim that portion off. We'll do that. All right. You also have, we may try, I have some other smaller pieces that may work well there too. So we're going to line this up with the edge. I did go ahead and round my corner on the these little journal cards like this. I was also thinking one of these might look good on the front here. I think I still like the number 1. So we're going to add this, and then I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes. And then I am going to come back and I'm going to try to cut off the excess portion of that. You don't have to. If you like it hanging off the edge, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to cut it, again, cut it off. Okay, let's open up, and we need to find something in here. And I tell you what, I love that butterfly, but I think it might be not too much of the orangish red there. So let's try a different color here. Oh, I think I like that one. Now, if you have some sentiments or some word labels, this would be a great place to add them also. So we're going to add this here. I also have these labels, and I thought these were really neat. So you could add a label there. You could do it on the front. On this one, I did it on the back. And you could go ahead and, again, add some type of word phrase here. You could stamp something here. So let's see, what do we want to add here? We've got this beautiful leaf. I do love that one. And some flowers. And we also have the apple. Oh, I like the apple. Let's go with the apple. All right. These are really quick and easy to make. And you could probably, you know, again, use some of your leftover pieces or scraps, you know, of paper and that to create them. So let's add this. I think I'm going to go that direction. Oops. There we go. All right. Now you don't have to add anything on the back. You can leave the back as it is. But I kind of would like to add something to it. So let's see. What do we want to add to it? Let's see what one. We haven't used one of these, so let's pick one of these to go on the back. So we've got the pumpkin, butterfly, and we've got the bird. So I want something that stands out a little bit. I think I'm going to go with the pumpkin. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and come back and cut this overhanging piece here. Now you could save those little pieces if you want to add them as an edge somewhere. There we go. And I'm using paper clips to close mine. I just like the look of the paper clip, but you could tie some string around it or ribbon, some little lace if you like. There we go. And there's our paper clip. All right. So we've got two this size. Let's make one more, and let's make it in the larger size. So let me grab another index card here. And what we're going to do with this one is we're just going to fold it over once. We're still going to leave the inside. I'm not going to cover it with paper. We may add a fussy cut or something in here. And you can have this oriented this way or this way. And I think I'm going to go this way with it, because I want to use one of the large journaling tags on this, the vertical ones. All right, let's grab our paper, and let's see, I think our scraps, oh, they might just work. Okay, so let's give it a quick measure here and see what size we need. So this is exactly just barely under 4 inches, just barely under 4 inches. And this one is 5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to go 3 3/4 one direction. And let's see, let's use a different color. Let's use a different paper this time. So yeah, let's try these. And let me push these back out of our way for just a moment. And so we said it was 4 by 5. However, we are going to make it just a little less than 4. So let's see. I'm trying to get rid of this edge over here. So I'm going to make it 3 3/4. All right. And then we need it to be approximately 4 3/4 for the length. All right. Let's see what we've got here. All right, here's our card. And I think I'm going to use the stripe. Let's look here and decide. Do we want the stripe? This was the card I was thinking about using. Or we have this beautiful neutral with the flowers. That's nice. We also have the pumpkins in a little bit larger pattern. And then we have, I think this is the same. This looks like dandelions. It's newsprint. It looks like a little newsprint, and then it looks like dandelions. I tell you what, I'm not sure which one I like the best. I think even though it's busy, I think I like the pumpkins. So let's go ahead and put this one on. And just try to line it up so you leave the same amount of space around each of your edges. But again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we can ink it. All right, and what do we want to put on the back? I really like this stripe. Let's do the stripe. I am ready for the fall weather. It's in the 90s here today, but it feels like it's well over 100. I am ready for some cooler weather. All right, and I want to use the journaling card here. Let's decide, do we want to have something down here or up here in the corner? We could do something like that, or the butterfly. That's pretty with the butterfly. Or we could do a leaf. Oh, I think I like the leaf. So I'm going to kind of offset that a little bit to the side and then put the leaf over it. And most of my white cardstock I just get from like Walmart, and they have a 67-pound white cardstock and 110, and they're both good. If you don't want your items to be as bulky, definitely use the 67-pound weight. If you want a little more strength and stability to like your tags and that, then I would suggest using the 110. There we go, beautiful. And if you have any words for the fall, like harvest or bloom or, sweater weather, you could definitely add them to the top there. And then let's see, what do we want on the back? So we've got these labels still. We could do a label, and we have this lantern. I like that. Now you can also punch a hole in those little labels there if you like. Let's see. I think it still needs something else though. You can also just do a label and a fussy cut, kind of like that. Oh, I think I like that. I do. All right. If you want something a little bit more, we could pull this down just a little bit and add the number 2 up here. Oh, I like that. But before I glue that on, I'm going to go ahead real quick and ink around this. And I'm just covering up those white edges again with my ink. If you like the white edges, leave them. I think they look good, you know, either way. I really am just partial to having things inked, but I think it could go either way. All right, so we are going to take and we're going to add our label right there. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of try not to, hopefully I can get that back in there. I think so. There we go. And then we'll put this label up here at the top with the number 2 on it. I love the kits from Pink Monarch Prints because there's so many versatile pieces, and it's just so fun to, you know, use the different pieces and decorate up your ephemera and journals that you make. And they can be used in so many different ways. I just absolutely love them. And so again, this could fit in a pocket. You could glue it down and just let it be a spot you open and write in. You could give these as cards. You know, if you wanted to give a little card to a friend and write a note in there. We could add, if you want to add some, I've got some different tea stain dyed paper here. You could do that. For the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and just leave it as it is. You could tea stain dye the whole entire card, of course, and use that. And I think what I'll do is just maybe add a piece of ephemera or 2 in here. And just see what we want to do. I think I'm going to go with the bird down here in the corner. And then to close this, I'm going to grab some lace. Let's see, what did I do with the lace? There it is. And I'm going to make a little, simple little lace closure for this. And I'm just going to make it a quick little tie. You could definitely put this lace under the paper if you wanted, so that you know, it wouldn't show, and you could definitely tie it that way if you like. Or you can simply just do this and make a little bow. I'm not the best at bow making here, so let's just do a little double tie here. You can paper clip it. You can use your crocodile and set in a little eyelet there and close it that way. So there's numerous ways you can go about it. And so I just thought these were 2 fun ways to use the Harvest Bloom kits to make you know, ephemera for your journals this fall, or just little gifts that you want to give to someone. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you guys will have a great day and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.